Hello, Eagles families, and happy October. Now that school is in full swing, one of the messages that we want to send home this month is asking you to help us reinforce our expectations for school behavior. One of the easiest ways to stay out of trouble at school is just to do the right thing. Now, we know that every family has their own particular set of values, their own set of beliefs, and things that they believe are important in terms of the choices that their children can and cannot make when they're at home. We do, however, have a common set of expectations here at the school, and we're hoping to continue to enlist your partnership in reinforcing those messages. As you may have seen with our PBIS program, the program that we use to use common language to talk about expectations with our students, our three big pillars are growth, empathy, and safety, GES. Growth in terms of trying our hardest and always working to improve academically. Empathy in thinking about the other person before we make decisions. And safety. Safety and security is a non-negotiable for everybody when it comes to attending school, not only at Gainesboro, but throughout FCPS, which strives to be the safest school district around. The two biggest things that I would ask you to help us reinforce are very simple things that in the vast majority of circumstances are things you're already talking to your students about. But when we're at school, no matter what we're doing outside of school, the two big things are keeping your hands to yourself and not threatening people and saying mean things. The hands to yourself thing is pretty straightforward. We expect developmentally that children will be testing their physical boundaries. It's part of growing up. But when we're at school, we have to keep our hands to ourselves. No pushing, no roughhousing, no shoving each other, not just because those things are violating that other person's bodily autonomy. As we say to our students, nobody has a right to touch you without permission. Right? Without your permission, nobody's supposed to put hands on you. It's one thing if you want a high five, but going up and pushing your friend, but he's my friend, I was just joking. No, we keep our hands to ourselves because those things have a way of accidentally escalating. Again, it's not a question of keeping kids from being kids. It's a question of when the right things to do things are. And when we're learning in class, we need to keep our hands to ourselves. That would be helpful to reinforce. The other thing that would be helpful to reinforce is not threatening or saying mean things. And I'm using the word threatening specifically because we have, as a school community, seen a recent uptick in the number of threatening language incidents that we've seen from one student to another. Now again, developmentally, a lot of times kids say things that they neither understand nor really mean. We recognize that, and that's why we call home and we partner with you. But reinforcing that if we're upset, if we have big feelings, if we're a younger student, that's a phrase we use often. If you're in one of the upper grades saying, I know that you were upset, I know that you were frustrated, but there's a right way to handle that and a wrong way to handle that. Using unkind and inappropriate language towards each other, it's not something that we do at school. So, those two big things would be really helpful to reinforce. I would love to enlist your partnership in continuing to do that because not only does it help keep your student out of trouble, but it also helps raise the bar for everybody else. Being that model eagle at school helps to improve the entire school community so that we can all be safe and happy while we're learning together, while we're growing, while we're empathizing, and we're remaining safe at Gainesboro. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoy all of the events that we have planned in October. Check out the rest of this newsletter, and we'll see you again soon.